closer to me, darling.
Soft rock is one of those genres people pretend not to love until you play it. Then suddenly the room gets quiet, someone sighs nostalgically, and before you know it, everyone is singing along, even though they swore they didn't know the words. The 70s didn't just give us soft rock, it let soft rock quietly take over. No explosions, no leather pants, no pyrotechnics. Just gentle melodies, warm harmonies, and people with feathered hair singing about their feelings. Today, we're giving credit to the soft rock icons who didn't need to scream to be heard, or wear platform boots, or smash guitars. These artists didn't rule the charts loudly. They ruled them subtly, gracefully, and sometimes with a flute solo. Let's celebrate the kings and queens of quiet domination. And we begin with a group whose very name sounds like something you'd find at a cozy bakery. Bread.
Have you ever tried really reaching out for the other side?
Now, Bread gets a lot of jokes, but let's be honest. Nobody wrote a tender love song like David Gates. These guys mastered the art of emotional vulnerability before it became fashionable.
Dreams there for those who sleep.
Music floated through the 70s like a soft breeze blowing through sheer curtains. Their melodies were so gentle that even your toughest uncle secretly turned up the radio when Make It With You came on. Bread didn't try to be edgy. They didn't want to melt your face off with guitar solos. They wanted to melt your heart, and they did. Quietly, thoroughly, soft rock royalty. Next, let's move to a duo who took the end of the decade and prepared to turn the 80s into a soft rock dynasty. Air Supply.
I know just how to whisper, and I know just how to cry.
Air Supply had one goal: make you feel all your feelings at once. These two men sang with a level of emotional commitment usually reserved for dramatic soap opera scenes. If soft rock were a sporting event, Air Supply would have been the MVPs of heartfelt ballads. Their harmonies could turn a grocery store aisle into a deeply reflective moment. They arrived in the late 70s, but the moment they opened their mouths, it was over for everyone else. Emotional devastation, romantic longing.
Eager to be what you wanted.
Songs about love, loss, yearning, and needing someone now more than ever. Air Supply didn't just rule quietly, they ruled with a soft-focused spotlight and a wind machine. Now let's shift into the deep feelings corner with Dan Fogelberg.
My old lover in the grocery store. The snow was falling crisp.
Fogelberg had a gift for writing songs that made you stare out a window and think about people you haven't seen in 30 years. He was the poet laureate of reflective nostalgia. His melodies wrapped around you like a warm blanket, and his lyrics made you wonder if you should write a letter to someone you wronged in high school. Fogelberg's music was sincere, heartfelt, unashamedly sensitive. He didn't just write songs, he documented emotional weather patterns. And somehow, without ever raising his voice, he became one of the most defining artists of the decade. Now let's talk about the ultimate soft rock duo of breezy harmonies and gentle acoustics, Seals and Crofts.
Little light is shining through the window, lets me know everything's alright. Summer breeze makes...
These two didn't just rule the 70s, they practically knitted the entire decade together with peaceful melodies. Their music sounded like a tranquil summer evening, where everything feels right with the world. They were the sound of calmness, of gentle rhythm, of soft, shimmering harmonies that felt like opening a freshly washed linen curtain on a sunny morning. Seals and Crofts didn't want to rock the world. They wanted to soothe it, and they did, softly, successfully, iconically.
You get closer to me, darling, if you want me to love only you.
Now let's glide into the polished harmonies of America.
Left to me, left to me.
If soft rock were a landscape, America would be the open road with sunlight glittering on the horizon. Their acoustic arrangements, tight harmonies, and warm melodies made them one of the smoothest bands of the decade. You could listen to America anywhere. Road trips, campsites, your bedroom floor, and everything felt a little better because of it. Their songs were breezy, comforting, and catchy enough to live rent-free in your brain for decades. America didn't need pyrotechnics. They had acoustic guitars and good vibes. Now prepare yourself emotionally. The next group defines soft rock so completely that they basically invented their own genre of tender heartbreak. The Carpenters.
It's just the radio. Don't you remember you told me you loved me, baby?
Karen Carpenter's voice wasn't just beautiful, it was otherworldly. Warm, rich, emotional, and haunting in the most human way possible. Richard Carpenter built lush arrangements that gave every song this dreamy weightlessness. Together, they created a sound that went straight to the heart. The Carpenters didn't shout, they whispered, and somehow their whispers echoed louder than 1,000 rock anthems. They defined soft rock at its most elegant, and they made it timeless. Next on our list is a man whose voice was smooth enough to butter toast. Gordon Lightfoot.
This chance to waste. And if you saw him now.
Lightfoot had the rare ability to make any moment feel like an emotional short story. His songs were thoughtful, poetic, and steeped in storytelling. He made soft rock feel adventurous. His melodies carried a warmth that felt like sitting by a campfire on a cool evening. His guitar work was gentle but confident, and his voice,
Did she mention my name just in passing?
that voice could soothe a tornado. Lightfoot didn't need to dominate headlines. His music did all the talking, quietly, powerfully. Now on to Christopher Cross, the yacht rock captain who drifted into the late 70s with melodies soft enough to cushion your entire soul.
Wind is right, you can sail away, find tranquility.
Christopher Cross had a voice that could calm your central nervous system. His sound floated effortlessly, like a sailboat gliding across glassy water. He made soft rock elegant and lush. You didn't just listen to Christopher Cross, you relaxed into him. He was soft rock therapy long before anyone used the word self-care. Now let's talk about a band whose name sounds like a brand of gourmet hummus, but who delivered some of the smoothest harmonies of the decade. Ambrosia.
I don't know how this whole business started.
Ambrosia blended soft rock with a little jazz, a little soul, and a whole lot of emotional vulnerability. Their vocals were crisp, their arrangements complex, and their melodies addictive in the gentlest way possible. They brought sophistication to soft rock while still making music you could cry to in your car. Ambrosia didn't just rule, they ruled with a subtle wink. And finally, we close out our list with Little River Band, the smooth operators of Australian soft rock. Little River Band had harmonies so clean they could pass a health inspection. Their songs were warm, melodic, and packed with the kind of subtle groove that made you feel like everything was going to be okay. They didn't demand attention. They earned it, softly and steadily. Their music could turn any stressful moment into a peaceful one. Little River Band didn't shout their way into the 70s Hall of Fame. They whispered, harmonized, and quietly took over. These artists ruled the decade without ever raising their voices. They shaped the soundtracks of first loves, long drives, late-night conversations, and moments where life felt too big to explain. Soft rock didn't dominate with volume. It dominated with emotion, with sincerity, with melodies that slipped into your heart and decided to stay there. So the next time someone jokes about soft rock being too mellow, turn up one of these artists and watch them slowly change their mind. Soft rock didn't just rule the 70s, it stole the decade with a gentle smile. If this episode brought back memories or made you realize you've been a secret soft rock fan all along, drop your favorite artist in the comments. And if you enjoyed this nostalgic trip through the softer side of the 70s, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, Keep that turntable spinning.